I hope everybody is well. This is your girl, Queen Tayi, and I'm here. I'm here. Ooh, y'all, a lot has been going on. A lot has been going on, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful. One thing for sure, I am going to keep pushing. We're all faced with some challenges, but when you got to do what you got to do, you just do what you got to do. Okay? But we are going to complete our meditation teaching tonight. I have missed being out here with y'all. I'll make sure everything is good here. And I know y'all miss me too. I know it. I know it. Okay, so let me light my incense and I'm going to chime us in. And I'm going to get right into the teaching. And then after this, after we complete this teaching, we're going to start learning about sleep. And I'm going to, ask Spirit to really put this in front of people that are having problems with sleeping. We're going to learn what sleep is, how it is key, how key it is in your day-to-day living, your health. It's a lot that's going to be covered within this teaching. Let me show y'all the book. It says Your Pocket Sleep Guide, Beat Insomnia, and Gain a Healthy Sleep Routine by Anthea Courtney. If you want to run out and get that. Okay. I have no problems with sleeping, but it doesn't mean that I've never been there. I've been in some tough situations where, because of stress, anxiety, bad relationships, excitement, honey, all of that, all of that. I've been there, done that. Been there, done that. All right. I don't know what I did with my box for these cards, y'all. My brain is like, I'm trying to remember what the box looks like. But we'll do that later. Okay, got my incense lit. And we're here. All right, let's get ready to chime in. Have a selenite in here. Let's do rose quartz. All right. Here we go. All right, chiming in. When I take my time like that, y'all, I need it. Okay? I need it. All right, so we are going to complete this chapter. If I said we're going to start on sleep tomorrow, no. We're going to start on chapter 6 tomorrow, and that's going to complete our teachings on meditation. We are still on the chapter, just to revamp, calming the mind and body, and we're concluding this chapter, chapter 5, tonight. Okay. Um, I want to go back a little bit and talk about all that we've learned in this chapter. But the fact of the matter is, one thing that blows my mind, and I know I've said it before, is the fact that we can meditate in any state that we're in. All this time I thought, you had to get your meditation pillow, you had to get your meditation music, and the room has to be quiet. But we've learned that there's so many different ways to meditate, and there's no excuse as to why you cannot um, incorporate it into your life. And the last chapter of what we read, it was talking about being where we are. All right. The things that we go through, the things that we encounter, being where we are in our lives, and knowing that we can really have a calm and peaceful life. And one thing that I've been practicing that has been very beneficial to me, because I've been dealing with some really stressful event, is having that mindful meditation. I think that's going to be my number one go to, the mindful meditation. Because a lot of things happen to me all of a sudden. I get a lot of surprises, and these things, they come to test my character. And my goal is to not allow things to, take me out of character. Because if that's the case, if I'm always out of character, that means every little thing is going to bother me. But with mindful meditation, you just being mindful of what comes to your space, what comes to your mind, what comes to visit you that day, whatever the issue it is, that you're mindful. Like, okay, this came to make me angry, but I choose not to be angry. This person on the phone is projecting and wants me to get with them in an argument, but I choose not to argue. Tell them I'm removing myself from this argument and goodbye. When I tell y'all, it has really helped me, because people have been really mean to me. And I know I sound like a little baby when I say that it be really mean to me. Yes. It's always somebody being mean to me. Can you believe it? Yeah, I talk my shit. I want to say what I got to say. But when it comes to people, and the people I love, people I want to be close to, the people I am close to, I care about their feelings. But everybody is not, like me. Everybody, that cares about you is not going to treat you as such. They're going to let anything come out their mouth. And I think the last thing that happened to me was I think I told you about the guy before, but he was having a tantrum. I put that on Facebook, where, grown man is having a temper tantrum. And, I told you about the conversation, about the whole Jake's ordeal, and he just kept going on and on and on. Just a real turn off. But for some reason, he feels like I'm supposed to come running when he wants me to come running. You're not even my boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? You're just somebody I kick it with. We're not even in a committed relationship. I've been knowing you 2 years or more, and you never want to take me out on a date or anything like that. So I don't owe you anything, sir. But he texts me. I just didn't want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll get to him when I feel like it, because it takes that much energy. So he texted me and said, F you too. That was like the icing on the cake. Like, you are really a mean guy. You're really mean. And you want me to grace you with my royal presence, acting like that? No, you're acting like a peasant. We're not doing that, sir. We're not doing that. And so, if I had not been teaching on this, or being mindful of the mindful meditation, I think I would have responded back in a petty way, and really would have been ugly. So I recognized that was something, that he's dealing with. He wants to be controlling. He wants things his way. And I don't have to respond, because it did not make me feel good. It was not pleasant. I don't have to respond. And making that decision in that moment, I kind of chuckled, you know, and making that decision in that moment it was better off for me, So this is why I love mindful meditation. It helps you think fast on your feet. Okay. Beginnings and endings. One of the primary sources of stress is the way in which we accumulate and carry excess and unnecessary thoughts through our day. Many times we have to leave conversations, activities, and tasks incomplete and turn our attention to another activity that demands our immediate attention. Through inattention, we carry through thought. These moments of incompletion and unfinished business, creating a background feeling of anxiety and pressure within our minds and bodies. Our attention becomes divided as we attempt to both carry our thoughts about the encounter we have left and attend to the present. We find ourselves unable to be wholeheartedly present in the moment as our attention is still entangled with the moment that has already gone. It is an ineffective use of thought. This divided attention leads to non-productive anxiety. I've never heard of that. Non-productive anxiety. As we worry about both past and future, it is this background pressure within the mind and body that leads us to become overly reactive to even small demands and feelings of stress in the face of escalating demands. There is a rare skillfulness involved in learning to be present, to let go of what is not actually requiring our attention in that moment, and to attend fully to what is requiring our attention. Being fully present in one moment at a time, we discover an emerging calmness in both mind and body. Simplicity and calmness in our life can be cultivated through paying close attention to the numerous beginnings and endings that are part of our day, and to learn to pause for a moment in that gap between the ending of one interaction and the beginning of the next. A conversation ends, and before we can turn our attention to the next engagement, we can take a moment to remind ourselves to be fully present in a single breath. A task is completed, so before throwing ourselves into the next, we can take a moment to be fully present within our bodies, aware of our posture, of our feet touching the ground. These small gaps between ending one task and beginning the next can become precious moments of calm and mindfulness, times to take a moment to be still and check in with the quality of our mind and body. We all know what that's like, and let me explain to you what she means, how you need to do that. Okay, let's think about if you're a parent, if you're a supervisor on your job. Okay, everybody's not a parent. But I think everybody has nieces and nephews. Let's talk about family. I think because we can all relate to that. There's, things going on in the house, and you're working on something that you like to do, right? You're working on something you like to do. Then all of a sudden, phone rings or somebody comes in the kitchen, the bathroom, your bedroom, knock on your door and say, listen, we need this taken care of. Okay. Little Susie is having a fit down in the kitchen. The neighbor is upset about something that the boy did. In that moment, you're like, ugh. Because now you're pulling away from something that's bringing peace and calmness. Or maybe you've been waiting to work on this project, and now you're distracted with something else. So she's saying, okay, I got to take care of this, but what about that? So you have that divided attention. Is non-productive anxiety that begins to rise up, that divided attention. You still got your mind on this, and now you got to take care of this. And what happens in that moment? You're frustrated as hell. She's saying that in that moment, especially on your job, you're working on a project and your boss wants you to take care of something else or help somebody else or stop what you're doing, and you're like, oh man, you know how you get in a rhythm, you get in the flow. So in that moment where you feel that anxiety, that non-productive anxiety raised up in you, just take a moment. Even if you're walking to the next room or walking to that, to that location, still you can do this while in movement. Take a deep breath. Pay attention. Are you slumped over? Are you mad? Is your heart beating fast? Start to be mindful of what's going on in that very moment. And when you recognize that, you can quickly adjust. You can quickly adjust. I've done that several times. Because I deal with anxiety, I think Spirit just gave me that to do. I'm like, I can't be stressed. I got to get myself together. I got to go over here and take care of that, but I got to get myself together. I can't. And so I'm like, okay, all right, I'll get to that. Sometimes I talk out loud. I'll get to that. Let me take care of this. Okay, I notice my face scrunched up, or I notice I'm, feeling some type of way. And then, usually when I am in that zone, pain, I immediately feel pain in my lymph nodes. Because those are the weak parts of my body. That's where I had a blood cancer. So stress hits me like immediately. You know what I'm saying? I really have to be mindful. Anybody ever had a tumor? You already know what that is. I don't want another one of those things. I don't want another one of those. So that's what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Just that's what she's saying. Just you'll get to that. Take a deep breath. Your feet on the ground. How you walking? Are you slumped over? What's on your mind. Be mindful of that. And if it's not serving your highest good, adjust. And I know it's like in a split second you're doing all this, but it's worth it. Okay? So we have to learn to turn to the present moment. And I used to get so agitated. I was dating a guy 2 years back, and he would say, just live in the moment. I was like, that would get on my damn nerves. Like, I got shit to do. How am I living in the moment? But he was right. You can't really enjoy life, if you don't learn to live in the moment, especially if you're out of town and you're having a vacation, you're out with family, and you do something you really like. You gotta learn, y'all. You gotta learn to enjoy the moment. So it makes no sense to be on vacation. It makes no sense to be on a date night with your significant other, your spouse. And none of that makes sense if you don't enjoy the moment. Because in that moment, it is rich. It's rich with beautiful things. Okay? It may have been an hour or 2 or 3 that you and your significant other were out, but y'all got to laugh and y'all got to enjoy each other's company, and you got to look in each other's eyes and just, enjoy that conversation. That's so rich. There's so much in that. Okay? Love, when it comes to love has a wealth of a lot of things that we need. That's one thing I feel like, besides food, water, and air. We need that love. Okay? And I believe when people don't have that love, or they don't know how to appreciate that moment of the things that bring them joy, it really robs them of the true meaning of life. It really robs them of being able to feel good, in that moment, in that time, in that situation. You rob yourself out of a lot when you don't enjoy the beautiful things in life. Okay? Just a moment. It says just a moment. Okay, mindfulness times to take a moment to be still and check in with the quality of our mind and body. And I'm going to go to the next. But there's been times I just been at work. Y'all know I'm a caregiver. Excuse me for saying this, but I want y'all to understand. I done ran to the bathroom, took my client 50 million times, to the kitchen, running back and forth, getting things they need. I done cleaned up shit. I done cleaned up throw up. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine. And all this can happen in the matter of a few hours of me being there. A lot can happen in 4 hours. If I have a 2-hour shift, a lot can happen in 2-hour shift. And I just remember like, oh, like that, right? What I do, I'm like, let me go to the restroom, and I pull myself together. I look in the mirror, I breathe, I talk to myself, and I be like, Ty, you shake it off. This is what you were born to do. You're going to get through this. Your shift is almost over. Don't give that energy to your client, because you're here to help them. Okay? So just some ways that you can be creative and making sure that you're okay in that moment. Mindfulness with the sense doors. SENSE doors. Hello. I don't know who's here with me tonight, but hello. A skillful relationship to our sense doors and all of the endless information that presents itself to our eyes, ears, nose, and body is a direct way of cultivating calmness of being. Instead of overloading our sense doors and therefore overloading our mind, we can seek simplicity and wholehearted attentiveness. Walking down a busy street, we are assailed by countless sights and sounds that seem to demand our attention. Without mindfulness, our attention is captured by this barrage of impressions and our thoughts about them. There is another way of taking that same walk. We can walk down the same street, holding within our attention a primary focus that excludes nothing yet that is steadily established in just one sense door. We can give attention to walking and all of the subtle movements of our body involved in taking a single step. We can give primary attention to what is right before us, bringing sensitivity and connectiveness. If we listen to music, we can give our attention to listening wholeheartedly. Reading a book with care and mindfulness becomes a training in sensitivity and awareness. Attention brought wholeheartedly to one moment at a time is the key principle in cultivating calmness and well-being of body and mind and dissolving stress and tension. As we learn to bring wholehearted attention to the ordinary activities of our day, eating, speaking, playing, and listening, they are transformed into the moments of sensitivity and calm. Just, with a lot going on, basically saying you could be like this, or you could be like this. You could focus on how you're walking. A lot of times, I'm a thinker. I'll focus on something pleasant, or and I may be bogged down with something that I need to figure out. I'm focused on that. Or if I'm feeling good that day, it feels good for me to be walking. My heart is pumping. I'm getting that exercise in. I'm focused on how that makes me feel. Okay? So there's ways to deal with such a busy world. We just need to be mindful. Times for stillness. To begin and end our day with a dedicated period of stillness and attention is of estimable value in approaching our day with calmness and ending our day with a sense of completion and mindfulness. Even 15 minutes given to meditation when we get up in the morning and before we go to sleep has a profound impact upon the quality of our mind and body, giving us the opportunity to relax and be calm. We are training ourselves in calmness rather than deepening our patterns of tension and holding. A number of the styles of meditation previously discussed can be utilized during these times. Several of them, such as learning to focus our attention upon our breathing, not only in formal meditation periods, but also at frequent times throughout the day, help us to pause and collect our attention and are particularly effective in decreasing stress and tension. The following meditations are specific meditation practices that calm the mind and body and can be developed in our lives. Mindfulness of the body. To cultivate well-being and learn the skill of body calmness, we need to be intimately acquainted with our bodies, experiencing them directly. A powerful and direct way of seeing directly the changes our bodies go through and cultivating calmness is through adapting the style of body scanning meditation. Never heard of it. Previously discussed under mindfulness practices. Okay, it did say that. Okay, it's bringing it out again. Lying down on your back, the attention is systematically moved through every area of your body. There is no attempt to make anything special happen. Yet, in this movement of attention through your body, there is a natural integration of body and mind and a fostering of well-being. Lying on your back, Begin by bringing your attention to the top of your head, simply noticing any sensations that are present. From this point, expand your attention to include all of your head, face, and neck. Continue this downward movement of your body through each arm and hand. Then return to your head again. Move the attention down the trunk of your body and then through each leg. Move the attention slowly, simply feeling what is happening in each part of your body as your attention touches it. You may notice a change from superficially experiencing the surface of your body to feeling that you are deeply within your body. As the mind is steadily focused in the body, there is a releasing of body tension. Y'all, we all need to learn how to do this. And frequently, a simultaneous releasing of all of the thoughts and images previously dominating the mind. In the movement of attention through your body, pay particular attention to those areas that are prone to accumulate tension, such as your face, your shoulders, your neck, and your stomach. Let your attention rest for some moments in these areas, exploring them, breathing into them, and consciously relaxing. Once you have completed a full scan of the body, lie for a time with an awareness that includes the whole of your body. If you feel a return of tightening or tension, bring your attention to focus very fully upon that area. Cultivating the body awareness is cultivating a present moment awareness that calms not only the body, but also the mind. Basically, instead of having a bad day, you had a bad day, husband, wife, you go home and you just lash out on the family. I've seen it time and time again. You've had a stressful day. And unfortunately, that's how we've been taught to deal with it. You have a stressful day, take it out on your family, take it out on your significant other, and everybody's like, whoa, what the hell is wrong with you, mom? What the hell is wrong with you, dad? Babe, what's going on with you? You know what I'm saying? You just going spazzing out. But this right here tells us, lay your ass down somewhere. Go lay down. Bring awareness to your body. What's going on? Okay, you may hear things, you may see things, and you'll be like, oh, that really triggered me today. And then you begin to just understand and know, okay, this is causing stress on my body. And then you can start to bring awareness to that area of your body and release it. 10 to 15 minutes. Like myself, I have to take my shower at night. I have to take my shower, have my fresh skin before I go to sleep. Doesn't matter. Gotta have my shower. I take that moment. If I had a stressful day, I take that moment where that water's hitting my skin. Okay, and the fragrance of my soaps or whatever I'm using, just releasing that. And I notice the tension in my neck, so I can kind of turn the water up, a notch with the temperature, and let the hot water hit that area. I like a lot of good smelling stuff. I use natural soaps. I use black soap. I have a rose bath gel in there, and y'all know that's calming. My mom's favorite fragrance. I just enjoy that fragrance, and I just release. You got to get it off of you, okay? You can't allow stress. We're all under stress. Nobody can get away from being stressed out, okay? But you can't allow the stressors of this wicked world to make you spaz out in such a way where you just mean. And your family can't stand to see you coming. Unfortunately, people live that way, and they're okay with it. And their wife is miserable, the dog, the cat is miserable, the children are miserable, because they know when they come home, oh, mom, dad had a bad day. He got the scrunched up face. Y'all know I call it scrunched up face. He done had a bad day. What he do? He go right in the refrigerator, grab him a beer. Ain't even took a shower yet. Sipping on the beer. Man. And everybody's like, wait till dad get done with his beer. Come on, that's not a way to live. That's not a way to live. One thing about me, um, and I've done pretty good with that. I always ask God, I always ask Spirit, make me a pleasant person to be around. You know, I like for people to say, I really enjoy being in your company. You're very pleasant. You know, I want nobody walking on eggshells around me. If you're in my home, you're visiting, or you're staying temporarily, I want you to feel comfortable. I don't want to be like, oh my God, that's not, no. You know, because I know how that feels to be walking on eggshells around somebody in their home. That is a horrible feeling. That's the worst stress ever. And I've accomplished that. You know, we ever hang out, we ever go somewhere, you're gonna feel comfortable around me. You're gonna be able to relax. Um, Shoot, if I see you're not relaxed, I'm gonna be like, you're not relaxed. Get use this oil, honey. You know, do this, do that, do this. I believe people need to relax and enjoy their life. Okay, and if they're going through something stressful, find ways to not think about that shit in the moment, um, and get through it. Okay. So this right here is very beneficial for those of you that, you know, you just want to walk around with a scrunch face when you could really release that and, you know, have a good night, rest. And everybody's happy in the household. Okay. Chronic pain. Hear me, because a lot of people are dealing with pain. They go to sleep in pain. They wake up in pain. Oh, I just deal with the pain. I've been like this for years. Shame on you. Why are you choosing, and it is a choice, why are you choosing to be in pain for years? That's not a way to live. You got to smile, literally smile through the pain. You got to literally fight through the pain. You got to literally go to work in pain. You're choosing to live with pain. And that's not how Spirit wants it to be. You don't have to choose to live. I choose to live happy. I choose to live pain-free. I choose to live a peaceable life. You have to make a choice. But some people I don't know, they want to choose to live with pain. Even if you've had you know, a bad accident. Some people just, you know, they deal with chronic pain. But I'm asking you, I'm challenging you to start the research and find alternative ways in which you don't have to live with that pain. Are you doing everything that the doctor telling you to do? Is there surgery that you need to have that will alleviate you of that pain? You don't have to be in pain every day of your life. That's just my insight, because there's so much out there that can help us. And you know, when it comes to the pain sensor, to start right here in your mind. If we can get our mind right, I think we'll be much better. Increasingly, meditation is being recognized as an effective tool for understanding and alleviating chronic pain condition. Chronic pain differs immensely from acute pain, which has a recognizable cause and often a solution. Acute pain happens when we stub our toe, have a dose of flu, or break an elbow. My. It is time-limited pain. It can be cured and it will end. The nature of chronic pain is that it does not always have a recognizable cause, and its end is unknown. This is why I believe that it's in the mind. The mind is so powerful. And y'all know it's right. We're dealing with magic. We're dealing with manifestation. We're dealing with creating things that we don't yet have. If we can manifest that which is not visible into the physical, surely we can manifest a pain-free life. If I can light a candle and help somebody get wealth, help somebody get pregnant, surely I can do something that will alleviate me of chronic pain. The nature of chronic pain is that it does not always have a recognizable cause and the end of it is unknown. Chronic pain has become part of life for increasing numbers of people. It is an area of stress that requires a radical shift in attitude and approach. This is where meditation is particularly effective. All pain evokes in us the initial desire to get rid of it, make it go away, or find a formula to cure it. When we become entrenched in these desires, our pain becomes suffering. We become victims and are caught in increasingly deep feelings of powerlessness and despair. The calmness and understanding we can find through bringing a meditative approach to chronic pain can drastically reduce the levels of suffering that become associated with it. Through meditation practice, we learn to approach our pain directly, to open to it, and to explore it in a detailed way. In doing this, there is a letting go of the desire to get rid of it, and we cease to relate to pain as an opponent. Y'all better hear this tonight. We learn to establish ourselves in calmness and acceptance. We learn to let go of the judgments, fear, and resistance that have the effect of intensifying pain and further alienating us from our bodies. It is a profound shift in attitude that does not guarantee to cure chronic pain, yet numerous studies have shown that it alleviates the impact of pain and enables those with chronic pain to find a quality of life that is not wholly defined by pain. Through practices such as mindfulness with breathing and body scanning, the solidity of pain areas of the body is broken down as they are explored in detail with a calm attentiveness. Pain is a tapestry of sensations that ebb and flow, with points of intensity that undergo change on a moment-to-moment level. Penetrating the solidity of areas of pain, there emerges a relationship of interest and acceptance. Using meditation to alleviate pain requires immense patience and commitment. There will be days when it is deeply effective, other days when it appears to make little difference. Consistently and patiently bringing a meditative approach to chronic pain will transform our relationship to it. It becomes our teacher and the place in our lives where we learn the deepest lessons about acceptance, openness, and balance. Our backs are an area of the body most frequently subject to chronic pain and tension. Lie down on your back in a comfortable posture. After taking a few deep breaths, bring your attention directly to the area of your back where there is pain. First, with your attention, trace its outline. Know the areas where it begins to fade or end. Bring your attention gently into the area that is painful. Notice it. Notice if there are points of particular intensity and gently explore them with your attention. Notice the way the sensations change, intensifying and fading. Stay present as long as you can with a gentle, interested attention. If the sensations feel overwhelming, move your attention into a calmer place and your body for a time, such as your hands or your breathing. As you relax, bring your attention back to your back. Approach these sensitive areas without forcing or even any feeling that the pain should change or disappear. Cultivate a calm and sensitive interest. What the hell is she talking about? I remember I used to get these, and they come every blue moon. Okay, these sharp pains in my body. I mean, it would just it would take your breath away. And I used to get, just get panicky. Let the anxiety just take over. But I said, the pain would be so intense, y'all. So I started to talk to the pain. I was like, no, you will not. You is not doing this to me tonight. You is not doing this to me today. I started to talk to it. Then when the pain would hit, I would just breathe through it. Breathe through it. Okay, that wasn't enough. Then I was like, release me. I started to tell that pain to release me. Okay. And I started to tell myself, it's okay. You're going to get through this, Tayi. It's all right. Then I started telling myself I was going to be healed. I just started talking to my body. Okay. And then, like I said, noticing where that pain was going, how it, I'm sorry, y'all. How hard it was. I'm sorry. How hard it was on. I just started to notice. But I kept speaking to the pain. And the same with my migraines. I have that powerful testimony about my migraine. I can, feel. I done got so good I can feel it trying to come up on me. Now I know how to poof be gone. Okay? But just going with it. That's better. You have to train your mind. I'm not saying stop taking your medication. That's not what we're talking about. I really want you to just focus in and know your mind is a powerful tool in healing yourself and healing your life. You take that medication. If you have a pill you take it, and just start to learn how to just lay there and push that pain out your body, or make it just, it come down a few notches. It's all in the matter of, you can sit here and say I'm crazy, like this woman is crazy, she don't understand. Okay, I'll be that. But then also there's on the other end where someone is saying, how bad do I want it? How bad do I want to feel better? How bad do I want to be healed? How bad do I want to not live with chronic pain every day of my life? It's not hurting anything to try this. It's not hurting anything to try it. Okay? It's just bringing that calmness and being able to navigate through the pain. And it's saying here that, it's not saying that it's going to go away, blah, blah, blah. We can't make that promise. Okay? But it's a possibility because the mind is a powerful thing. Okay? Fine print. You really get in your flow, in your magic. You start working those muscles that we don't use in our brain. You could stumble upon a miracle. That's all I'm saying. Because I've stumbled upon a few of them. I'm a walking, living testimony. Okay? Mindfulness with breathing. Our breath is a constant companion and a great ally in cultivating calmness and balance to our day. In any moment, it is a focus we can reconnect with to restore steadiness and attention. No matter where we are or what we are doing, we can always take a moment to pause and breathe with mindfulness. Learning to check in with our breath at regular intervals during the day is a direct way of checking in with the quality and state of our mind and body. It returns us to the present moment, providing the opportunity to let go of tension and stress patterns. I noticed, like, like if something comes across my life that I'm not too happy about, I would be like, I hold my breath. I noticed that. Now, if it's shocking, if it's especially if somebody just do something to hurt my feelings, I need all the air I can get through my body. So now when things come across my mind, I just breathe through it. Because me holding my breath is not going to help my anxiety. It's going to cause me to have an anxiety attack. When I breathe out, I'm no. Just take notice. Take note of what you're feeling, how you're feeling. How you feeling when certain things happen. Okay? Mindfulness with breathing. That is so important. Anxiety and tension affect our breathing as our chest tightens and constrict, which further affects the well-being of our bodies and using mindfulness of breathing as a means of easing tension and constriction. First, find a posture that provides the most calmness and relaxation in your body. It is often helpful to lie down and even place your hand on your abdomen. That works really good, y'all. Or chest. I do that a lot. Um, to reinforce your connection with your breathing. I believe in my touch. My touch. Touch is good. If someone you're close to touch you, y'all have the understanding. But a lot of us, when we go through these things, anxiety, depression, stress, we don't want nobody to touch us. All right. So that is why you need to be in touch with yourself. So your touch can be the defining factor. The helping hand, the healing hand in that situation. Um, I learned that. I just go like this. I just touch myself. I touch my head. If I'm going to bed that way, I take my hand like that and put it on my abdomen and just, I'm telling you, it is powerful. It is powerful. Um, it's so much we can do for ourselves to give us the quality of life that we all need and deserve. You know what I'm saying? I believe if people had the quality of life that, they needed, a lot of shit wouldn't be going on. It wouldn't be a lot of mean people fighting and all the stuff we see going on. People would just really, really learn how to be in touch with themselves. It'd be a better world to live in. That's my belief. Okay? Initially, just notice how your breath moves in your body without forcing it in any way. Whether your breath is shallow or deep, simply pay attention to its movement and the way your body responds to it, with expansion and contraction in your abdomen or chest. Then, consciously take a few deep breaths so the movement of your breath reaches into your abdomen. Again, relax and let your breathing find its own natural rhythm. We are not forcing in this practice, simply exploring each breath as it occurs. As your mind and body relax, your breath will become both slower and deeper. If you find that your attention again becomes entangled in thoughts, images, memories, or plans, take a few fuller breaths to establish your attention once more in your body. Persevering with this practice is a direct and simple way of letting go of knots of tension that have accumulated in your body and mind. And also it helps you think. If there's shit happens, there's a 911 situation, man, I go straight to my breathing. Breathe. And I'm able to think clear. And I'm able to stay calm. You can't get nothing done if you all up in the uproar. As many times things that happened to my children. I remember the time my oldest son had an asthma attack. I didn't know he had asthma. We had to call the ambulance. A minute too late, he would have been gone. He was a little boy. Just being a parent, we can all identify with that in some way. Where shit happened. What about the child that comes like Unique? Unique was small. Come bust his head on the cement. Coming gushing like, oh my God, still got that little mark, but I stayed calm. When my mother was, here and she had an allergic reaction to some melatonin gummies that she took. We're both allergic to shellfish. She was born that way. I didn't acquire that allergy until I got in my 30s. But mama was born that way, and she had been eating those gummies every night. And she was like, I don't know why I'm having a reaction. And me staying calm, it came to me, oh, those gummies are made in factories that handle fish, shellfish. Y'all, it came to me so quick. I was like, what did you eat? What happened? I just took the melatonin, and I said, Mama, this got shellfish in it. Oh, my God. Then we had the EpiPen, and it was the trainer EpiPen. That, you talking about having to stay calm. So we got the other one. It was just But that was the hardest 10 minutes of my life. But if I, wouldn't have been thinking fast and staying calm, it would have been detrimental for us both. So I always think about that. And she talked about it so much. She was like, "Oh, my baby, you saved me. You really knew what to do. You stayed calm. I'm so glad you're here taking care of me." So, yeah, those type of situations. Cultivating well-being. Using meditation to cultivate well-being and to alleviate stress needs to be multifaceted approach. Needs to be a multifaceted approach that includes both our inner and outer worlds. Fostering and valuing calmness may well involve changing some of our attitudes and looking at the forces of ambition, competitiveness, and expectation that we bring to our lives and relationships. It may also involve carefully examining the ways in which we approach our lives. We may have unrealistic expectations about how much we should achieve in a single day, creating a stressed body and an overburdened mind. We need to learn how to slow down in our lives to find more moments of stillness and inner listening. Our bodies are messengers to us. They deliver clear signals where we are engaged in activities or thoughts that are not conducive to calmness and health. And we need to listen carefully to them. Not enough time, quote unquote, has become the mantra of our culture, and the price of well being, sensitivity, and calmness may involve being clearly realistic about what is possible for us to address in any moment. We can slow down the momentum of intensity, yet busyness is brought to our life through habit and through being too closely identified with goals rather than with the quality of our life. We can make the time of preparing to go into our day a time of mindfulness and sensitivity that is brought to the simple task of dressing, showering, and eating. We can take moments throughout the day to monitor what is happening in our bodies, giving attention to our shoulders, our face, our posture, aware of where we are storing tension and where we can relax. We can work with cultivating wholehearted attentiveness when we are engaged with another person, listening fully and making eye contact. We can use the breaks we have in the day as times of simplicity and calmness, walking, breathing, listening. We can give attention to the many transitions in our day as we move from one task to the next. Taking a moment to breathe, we can stop rushing, slow down the momentum of our bodies, and walk mindfully there. There are many doorways to calm. You hear that? There are many doorways to calm in each of our days. And if we value health and well-being, that's where it starts. You have to value your health. You have to value your well-being. That's why a lot of people, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it without flinching. That's why a lot of people health is jacked up. They don't value their health and well-being. And for numerous reasons. Okay, some acceptable, some not. Because when you know better, you do better. Value your health and your well-being. Please do that. Okay, we need to discover them. If we value health and well-being, we need to discover them. Those doorways of calm. This is what the book is talking about. As long as we are awake, we can find the moments to be mindful, and they are a gift to ourselves. That means as long as you got breath in your body, as long as you're functioning, you can find these doorways to calm. All right, so there's 6 doorways to calm, and we'll be ending with that. Number 1, choose one activity that is a regular feature of your day, such as climbing stairs or talking on the telephone. Intentionally approach this activity with calm and mindfulness. Number 2, learn to pause and breathe mindfully at the end of each task before beginning another. Mothers, listen, what we do. Women know how to multitask. Sometimes barely breathing. We just and you're like, how the hell can I breathe through all this? I gotta take care of the baby, take care of the husband, go grocery shopping, make sure I look like somebody before I walk out the house, go get the kid. You know what I'm saying? Just, honey, you'll find a way. You'll find a way because now you know, like, whew, just shake. If you just shake your shoulders down, just take a deep breath in and out. Y'all see me. If I'm feeling stressful, good loving, okay, get you some. I just be like, cause the fragrance of this lip gloss and it's charged. Okay, this one one of our little test ones. We was testing with this, but the other ones have crystals in it, and I just take a moment when I know when I put this on, I'm gonna look good. My lips are gonna be moisturized, and it's gonna smell good. Okay, because it's got essential oils in it. So take a minute, you know, just as simple with lip gloss. Fellas, you may do it with chapstick. You may feel like, oh, that's a little girly. But whatever you got to do, put some lotion on your hands. Okay? Take a minute to rub your neck, your shoulders, and move it up and down. Drink a sip of water and just take a, you know what I'm saying? We can do this. We got this. Number 3, remember to check in with your body at regular intervals during the day. Paying particular attention to your shoulders, face, and hands. Learn to relax. I be noticing like, oh, girl, you tense. Rubbing that stuff out, honey. Rubbing it out. Because I don't want to be an old lady all decrepit. I want to be an old lady just like, I'm like, Miss Ty, you something else. Yes, that's the kind of life I want to live. Okay, number 4, take the time to eat slowly and mindfully. Honey, I'm going to eat my food slow. Sometimes I be on a date. I was on a date, a week ago? And he had finished, and I'm, first I'm running my mouth. I'm talking, we're in a good conversation. And I'm taking my time to eat my food. I got to taste my food. I'm like, ooh, this is good. You is not going to make me rush to eat my food. If I got to rush to eat my food, I'm not going to eat, sir, ma'am. Take your time. Enjoy your food. Okay? Number 5, be aware of those moments when your attention becomes fragmented. Listening to music while reading, talking to someone while planning your next task. Explore what wholehearted attention means. Like, we have a lot going on. I told y'all I'm not a TV person. But sometimes, my children will have on the TV and somebody call me on the phone, or I'm just trying to focus. I kind of step away so that I can focus on that one thing. Because I'm multitask. I'm multitask like an MF'er. I can multitask like an MF'er, honey. You ought to see me go. And I'm mindful of that. So sometimes I just have to tell myself, girl, you was not going to do all that today. And I wake up with that. Okay, this needs to be taken care of. This, because I'm a worker. I'm a little working bee. Okay, just be working. But I done told myself, girl, you don't need to be doing that all day. You did that last week. Let's do this today. Get that tomorrow. I'm learning. Okay, I'm learning. Everything don't have to be done all at once. I don't know who told us that, but I mean, we are not in a competition, especially with our personal stuff. Don't let stuff get out of hand, but don't work yourself to death. Enough is enough of that, honey. Number 6, find moments in which you can be still. And it's a shame. And that's it for that chapter. And it's a shame. I say that to adults. I ain't got time to be still. What? Yes, you do. Go sit your ass down somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. And I have issues with adults. They can't sit in the quiet. I think I told y'all that before. You do not want to sit in the quiet. I've had people come like, It's so quiet in here. Yeah. Sit your ass down. Listen to yourself. Sit in the quiet. Um, for me, it's healing in quietness. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can tell y'all when I'm acting crazy, when I'm off, because I spend a lot of quiet time with myself. I know when I'm off. I know when I'm a little, high strung. I know when I'm not, thinking. I'm thinking irrationally. I know when I'm just going crazy. I know because I spend a lot of quiet time with myself. And I told y'all, I love the quiet so much that if I'm in my car and I feel like, oh, maybe I should just turn on some music today, I'll get nauseous. Thinking about turning on the radio and be like, I don't do it. I know I'm weird. I'm weird, but I love the quiet that much. And I think I told y'all it's because I came up in a noisy environment. My grandma was always cussing and fussing. It was always noise going on around me. So quiet time is like $1 trillion to me. $1 trillion. I need my quiet time. I told you I was dating someone, and he liked a lot of noise. I'm like, and he asked me, what is one thing that he should know about me? And I thought that was so cool. He asked me that. I said, you need to know that I like my quiet time. And I will give you your attention. We'll have conversation. Y'all know I can get very chatty. But when I'm doing my quiet time, I'm going to be writing. I'm going to be looking at the ceiling. I'm going to be smiling. Look, I look kind of crazy. So, I really do. You be like, she having a good time by herself. But I told him that. And it blessed his life. I said, in the morning, I like my quiet time. Don't get up talking to me. Don't get up talking to me. Like I'm here with my oldest and my youngest. We're all like that. We be like, walk by to nobody get offended because we like our quiet time. We try to get ourselves together in the morning. Then eventually, we be done walked around a little bit. Then afterwards, like, hey, good morning. We have to get ourselves together, y'all. But I told him that. And so he's be like a little mouse, and after a while he got he got to enjoying the quietness in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm that girl, really. I'm that girl. I just, it's just a blessing. It's just a blessing that with all the trauma that I've been through, everything that I've experienced, the good, the bad, the ugly, that I have the temperament and the mind to want to live a peaceable life. I don't want to be a problem unless I choose to be a problem. Now, I choose to be a problem with something, like I would be a whole problem. You know what I'm saying? But it's a choice. It's not a part of my character. You understand? So that's a very, very good chapter. So some of y'all really need to find calmness. You need to find a peace of mind. It makes a difference. Okay, you don't have to be a Krabby Patty. You don't have to have a scrunched up face. You don't have to be the grouchy mama, daddy, uncle, auntie, cousin, next door neighbor. Just be mindful. And we think a lot of things are the problem, but we're the problem. Because it's up to us to navigate throughout our day. It's up to us to set the tone for our day. Through the good, y'all hear me? Through the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's up to us. How are we going to handle this? How are we going to deal with this? I'm not saying shit will will catch you off guard. You may be screaming at the top of your lungs. Stuff like that happen. But soon as you can be mindful of what's going on, bring awareness to that, calm yourself down so you can think clearly in that situation. It's a lifesaver. Because you start panicking and, it makes the situation worse. I really appreciated that. I really appreciated that. That was good. That was good stuff. Okay. I'm going to draw a few cards. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Just looking at character oracle deck. I am still doing readings. I have a little special going around now. If you have a burning question and you want to know right away, I have a 1-card reading. It's $7.77. And what happens, you reach out to me, and you could Cash App, Cash App, Venmo, Chime, PayPal. I got it all. No excuse as to why you can't pay me. And I'll draw that card and a bonus card and give you a direct answer for my cards and by way of spirit. I think y'all will enjoy that. I have restocked on the 3-way healing potion. That's restocked. And also today, y'all, I am just anal about some things. It took me about 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, to decide what candle kit I was going to get, what kind of candles I want to make, blah, 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 blah. Because you know I'm a researcher. Finally, today, I ordered everything. So I will be creating candles with intention. And I'll, once I get those done, they're going to have essential oils in them. Once I get those done, y'all going to love it. Okay? So be on the lookout for that. Also, Royalty Spa is coming back this year. So be on the lookout for all those good things. Okay, the first card is Blacksmith. Forge, melting, shaping, tempering. Okay, if that's not your profession, that's the energy that's going on in your life. You may feel like, you've been pushed and pulled and banged on. I know some days I feel like that. Like, I'm not bothering nobody. Here come. But iron sharpens iron. Just go through the processes. Utilize the tools that I'm giving you. Tap into your magic. Talk to your higher power. Talk to your ancestors, your spirit guides, whatever you believe, whatever you connect with spiritually, you're going to come through it. Okay? You're being shaped. You're being molded. You're being built up. You being put through the fire. All right? But when you come out, you're going to be something to reckon with. I believe I've been going through that for some years now, since my divorce. Yeah, that's why a lot of people getting their feelings hurt now, because I'm like, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Spy. Seeker of secret, intelligent, agent, covert, espionage, undercover. Beware of the spies. I hear spirit saying, beware of the spies. People spy on me all the time. Alright? It comes with the territory. Alright? You may connect with this card. You may be a spy. Why are you spying? If you're spying on your significant other, why? Why not just go to them directly and ask them, babe, what's really going on? I just want to catch him at something. No. If it's like that, leave. You understand? If it's that bad, leave. Why snooping and all that? Y'all don't need to be together. Period. Child. Beacon of hope, spring buds, innocent, growth, and vulnerable. Alright? For me, always having that childlike spirit where spirit can always pour something fresh and new in my life so that I can continue being a blessing to all of you. So I just wanted to do a little reading before closing out tonight. Thank y'all for being a part. And I will see you tomorrow night. Okay? All right, signing out. All right. Ashe. Have a good night. Bye bye. See y'all tomorrow.